let's continue. We get another opportunity today, a new moment, to talk about the definition of nothing in leadership and the definition of nothing in resilience. Take nothing personalist. God. Let me try it again. Take nothing personally and then give it away, leaving you with the best of nothing, the best of you, the best of this moment. Thank you for coming here today. I'm sure we have all different reasons for arriving here today. It might be the location, the topic, the idea, the energy, the gravity of attraction that conspired to bring us here together today. Of course, there could be a genuine and confident curiosity in being here now and that we all share. Perhaps we separately and collectively in these moments together are in pursuit of answers, messages, questions, and guidance, whether for education or just for entertainment. So I thank you for being here today, especially given the competing priorities for your time and attention. Before I get into the essence of discussion about leadership, I might have said this before to you, but do you remember back in the day in kindergarten or in the first few years in school when the teacher would take attendance? And remember, he or she would call your name and ask you to respond with here or present. Well, while I do not know all of your names, I'm getting bad at names every single day, about remembering names. But I'm asking you to consider that as a question for today. Are you here? Are you present for this conversation without the expectation of the last one, more of something else, or for the next one? Remember, the appearance of an event of our awareness of the conditions around us really only are there to remind us to focus on less and less things and more on the present moment. For example, the birth of your baby, the death of a relative or someone you love, of marriage, divorce, a win, a loss, a reward, a penalty will reset your thoughts, hopefully minimizing them and collapsing them and you back into your essential being. As an aside, another example of a reset button, kind of like the Staples easy button you've seen on TV. Another example of a reset button could be the stroke that I had. Definitely not by choice, but obviously very necessary. So while that's not our subject for today, we can come back to that or go forward with that discussion about the stroke thing if you'd like to. Those examples can be very useful in applying yourself, you essentially, through whatever you're experiencing then and there, here and now. Now, some of you might be thinking, yes, that perspective and approach to life is easier for the good stuff, but does it apply to the bad stuff too? Whether good or bad, many of us tend to yearn for the next and hopefully more good stuff to appear. But what happens when the next bad stuff happens in your life, whether you plan for it or not? And what if I told you this, that there is no next? What is the condition or context of this next that you want to get to? The main point of the question is this: if you are so focused and beckoning for the next moment to come? What is wrong or lacking in this moment right now? So why the emphasis on the next and in comparison to this and this now? I know this probably sounds a bit ridiculous, but just give me a moment as you consider the notion. Where and when is this next that makes it so more valuable than this moment in your life? What I'm really asking you to do is to step back and into the subject of the now you are quick to get away from or to try and hold on to or control if it feels so good at that time. But that cannot be done. If it feels bad, that is, of course, something you want to distance yourself from as soon as possible. But either way, good, bad, great, not so great, all these views are on the same subject, the now that you may not like to accept. Because it is not the next, the more, the better, the fuller, just as soon as I get the hell out of this. I'm only saying this not as a revelation or as a dramatic, unique perspective. This is the power and force, the design and guidance you have as innate abilities that allow you to experience everything you encounter and to observe and to not resist or judge or attach to. And also, pardon me, you cannot hold on to the good or bad stuff either. I say this because that tendency comes from our default to ego and fear. Something I may lose or cannot retain, or I might feel deprived of, or am lessened by, or maybe even embarrassed by. As a simple approach, ask yourself what you could be grateful for in this moment and without comparing this moment to the next one you want or the last one you had. When you do that, you experience a slight hesitation in your mind, a weird sensation because you may be used to the constant churn of thoughts and internal debate and external influence before your own reasoning of and with the moment. While our respective minds have been somewhat useful in our arrival here today, this exercise introduces you to the underlying peace and space that doesn't require thought to reason through. Let's put a pin there, a bookmark, and if we get a chance, let's revisit this and continue the conversation on the definition of nothing in leadership, the definition of nothing in resilience. Until then, pay attention, stay present, stay current, and tell someone, hey, it is always 8:20.